in terms of looks, like every single metric under looks maximized, personality, everything maximized, like never nags, never argues, perfectly pleasant, submissive, et cetera, et cetera.
You could buy a robot.
Yeah, I was about to say
You could buy a robot. She would give you
I
everything.
wish to God I could get a robot, but
Hey, come on.
hey, just give me a few years. It's
Pale,
coming.
what is his
I
name?
will-
Pale Greg?
Pacey.
Pale
Greg.
Pacey
Pacey
George.
Greg.
Pale Greg.
He's donating enough that you should be able to buy.
I
We've
will,
got two
trust
right
me.
here. We just need a robot one.
I'm gonna get a robot. I'll get a robot.
I
yeah.
think you deserve one.
I thought you were pointing
But
at me.
No, behind you.
but I don't understand like this idea that you want a woman who just agrees with you on everything and is just perfectly pleasant all the time. Yeah. Yes.
I think you
Wouldn't
might get
that be
bored of
dangerous?
that.
Once you
No,
get
I
bored
wouldn't get
eventually,
bored.
You don't
That's
even want like
dangerous.
intellectual
I wouldn't be bored.
conversation of a
Well, hold on,
stimulation
that's
in that, because
well-
I feel like sometimes that turns into a debate, even if you do agree.
I don't want
good
to.
point.
I don't want to debate with my
You
girlfriend.
love
But you're in a
Devil's
safe
advocate.
space. That's the place you do it in.
I don't want to debate. With
Your
my
relationship
girlfriend.
should be a safe space
I
where you can
debate
talk
for my
freely.
job. You think I
Okay.
want to go? Even if it wasn't my job, I
I'm
don't
just
wanna
saying
argue with
sometimes
my girlfriend.
talking with someone, having an intellectual conversation,
Oh.
every once in a while it might be that you don't see immediately eye to eye, and there's a little bit of a debative type
Well,
of essence to that.
I mean, I would put it like this: if I could maximize the intelligence trait in my girlfriend or wife, yeah, give her like the highest IQ possible. I don't want some idiot or dumbass. I mean, for a couple reasons. I think if you're a proper dumbass, you're a liability. But I would add on to that, like if one of the reasons we find somebody attractive, like the traits that we find attractive in them, is to, and I think you can be attracted to people absent children, right? Like wanting to have children. But one of the reasons we are attracted to people is they are going to confer these traits to our children.
Yeah.
And so one component of it, whether consciously or subconsciously, is I'm attracted to this woman because she will, give me D1 babies, or whatever.
That's me, literally. I mean, because you said you want a billionaire. I'm like, I'm just happy that my girlfriend played college volleyball. That's
But we do these assessments of partners not just on our own selfish interest, but also, I mean, look, if you don't want to have kids, then you're just going to probably maximize for different things potentially, I guess. Or the thing is that the traits that will confer benefits to your children, even selfishly, you're just going to be inherently attracted to those things regardless. Like, okay, if they're good looking, they'll confer perhaps good lookingness onto your children.
Sure. So, like, kind of what I'm trying to say is that for me personally, intellectual engagement is super important in attraction for me. It's
so
what
you're
I look at.
sapiosexual?
Yeah, I would say I
I
am.
love that.
But more importantly, I am kind of looking for someone that not necessarily doesn't see the same viewpoint, but has their strengths or my weaknesses and vice versa, so they can help me see a clarity in a subject that maybe, first of all, I'm not the authority on, so I don't know as much about, and they can help me see another point of view that helps me expand my own point of view. So maybe I don't agree with them, but it helps me see the other side of the discussion.
One thing to be careful of with that, though, is that there isn't perfect symmetry.
No, never.
Between what men want and what women want. So don't always map onto, well, I as a woman desire XYZ thing in men. Ergo, men surely must desire these things too. There's certain things that go both ways, right? But there are certain things that are clearly asymmetrical.
Sure.
So I think some of that desire there, I think men care about that to a lesser degree. Like, for example, money. I think women have a more invested stake in a man being successful, a man being ambitious, a man being a high earner.
Sure.
I'm not saying it's the most important thing, although the majority of divorces are because of financial issues. I'm not saying it's the most important thing. I'm not saying that that's the only thing women care about. It's not the case at all. Women care about a bunch of other things too. And I think oftentimes that can be like very secondary or whatever. But compared to men care don't care at all. Men really don't care about a woman's money or success or any of these sorts of things.
But he does
Do you
care about
disagree?
her mental state. Like
Her mental
when I say mental state, I mean the point of view that she has, that she carries through life, what her maybe opinions are, or her expression of how she intellectualizes and comes across. So what I'm trying to expand on is, at least in the type of talking situations I've been in, I do feel like me being an intellectual has always helped me, because a lot of times when I'm talking to these men, they really appreciate, whether it turns into something or not, they appreciate that I'm able to put my thoughts into a presentable way that I can come across and have a discussion with them. No one gets upset or angry even if we don't see eye to eye, but we're able to better ourselves and expand what we're talking about so that I can better understand my life and people that I run into and have more conversations like that.
Honestly, look.
But I don't think all men are that way.
Deep
I'm just
convos?
no. I think it's
I don't
very
need deep
vital.
convo.
But that's
I don't
for
need
you.
deep convo.
But for you in
I don't
your
think most men
life,
need
for
deep
the kind of
convo.
woman you're looking
They
for,
all
that's
need
not
deep
important. But for
convo.
another man, that could be
I don't
a
need
deal
deep
breaker.
convo.
You
All
get what
men
I'm
need deep
saying? No, I
don't
get for
think-
you
I
that
don't
that's
think-
not important.
Well, I think I want to say for the majority of men, I don't think men really prioritize deep convo.
They should though, because everybody.
I don't. That's not been my
No.
experience.
Well, I
They
know, I have
should,
to
they
disagree with you.
should.
That's
No,
fine.
well,
They
well,
should.
the only reason, and it's not that I 100% disagree, because I have friends that have mail order brides that don't even speak English that love their wife, and it couldn't be any happier.
It's great. I would date a mute woman.
Yeah, or one that doesn't barely speaks English. I would just say that for me, one of the best things, I guess, in my relationship is like being able to vent sometimes. You know what I mean? Like it's like it's like a therapy thing. Like, oh, I'm mad about this at work or
Safe
that.
space.
So, yeah, so I feel like talking. I mean,
Yeah, but you could vent to like a.
that's
But
true.
it's
It
not
could
the
be a
same-
one-sided vent,
It's not
but
the same as when you vent to her, right?
There's
Yeah.
privacy within venting to your
and she
significant
knows
yeah,
other.
look, I
your
do
news
think
better than
talking
some
matters. I
stranger.
guess, Brian, is that's the one thing
Yeah,
where
sure, no,
like
of course.
Well, we weren't
conversation.
saying that. We were talking about deep conversations.
Yeah, I mean, look, you of course want somebody who you get along with, and it's not like awkward or like
Sure.
pulling teeth. I mean, I've had experiences where, I've been on dates with girls, and it's like you're
horrible. You can't even have a conversation.
or you're just like carrying the conversation, and they're not giving.
They're just saying, "Yep,
But-
yeah."
But I mean, like, I'm not looking for a woman who's like Shakespeare over here, who's like got some massive depth, and I can talk about philosophy with her.
No, and that makes sense with
I
your
value
work.
other.
Why would
other
why would you
things.
need that if you get that from your job? Why would you need
Well,
that?
no,
when
even
so
if-
I'm
even
kind
if I
I'm
was
kind
like-
of having an epiphany about you, actually. Like that
It's not
makes
about.
sense.
You think I'm having?
No,
really
no, no. I'm
deep
just saying I get
conversations
why
on
you
this
don't
show.
need to have deep conversations with your significant other, because you probably are burnt out from these conversations.
Well, I'm conversationally burnt out from the show.
That's
but it's
probably
not because-
true.
8-hour podcast once a week. Come on.
When you get off the show, you're like, I don't want to
Yeah,
talk.
you probably don't want to
I-
talk. Yeah, you just want to chill.
But I mean, it's not even that the conversations on the show are super like high level,
Yeah.
deep philosophical conversations. A lot of the time, they typically aren't. Although I mean, they're fun convos and
Sure.
whatever. But I don't think my job necessarily is like, even before I did this podcast, having deep convos with women was not like a high priority. Of course, I want to be able to like us to have good communication, and for it to be like a good vibe. I hate to use this term, but the vibe is good.
Sometimes it's applicable.
But like, I don't need to have like deep convo.
Sure, that's not for you. I get it.
But I think a lot of men feel that way, and it
Feel my
depends.
way?
Feel your way, and I
W
think,
men.
yeah, I think a lot of men feel that way. I think there are a lot of men who do want an intelligent wife, but they're not necessarily craving deep convos. However, over the long term of relationships, when we're talking 5, 10, 15, 20 years plus, it's a big thing I see in therapy why women seek more than 70% of the divorces. And the biggest reason really is that over time women do crave those deeper convos. They want to be emotionally connected, and a lot of times they don't feel like their men want to go there with them.
What
I
about
mean, sure, that's fair, I guess, but
and his name is Andrew that comes on here a lot.
Andrew Wilson,
and
yeah.
his wife.
Rachel, yeah.
Yeah, they have very similar viewpoints, but they both are very good at debating and talking. I'm
Yeah, they're
sure,
both smart.
but so I'm sure that is a very big thing in their relationship. That if they weren't able to have those kind of conversations with each other, they wouldn't want to be with each other. So they kind of have that kind of situation.
I mean, I don't think Andrew would still be with Rachel even if she's a very good debater.
Yeah.
Even if she wasn't a good debater.
No, but he did choose her, and I'm sure he really enjoys the fact that
Well, she's
once
highly-
she shares.
she's-
I would say,
she's
and
very
there's no
intelligent.
disrespectful to Andrew, but Rachel's smarter than Andrew. I would say that straight up. But Andrew's
Well, they're
smart.
both very intelligent.
They
But
are.
Rachel's an
Very
actual
intelligent.
author, and you
Yeah.
know, I mean, Rachel's pretty smart.
And I'm sure
But
he would not be
he's not-
mentally stimulated if she wasn't.
I don't think Andrew.
But that's why he picked her. Or they picked each other.
Rachel, I think it has less to do with Rachel. I mean, that's sure, it's a perk to have
Yeah.
a high IQ wife or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't think that would have been the primary thing. There's probably other traits that he valued in Rachel that were prioritized.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't even know these
I'm
people, and I
sure.
agree. But debating is not the same as a deep convo.
Yeah,
either.
yeah,
we
that's
just
true. That's
differentiate
true.
that. I don't think most people want to
We're going
debate
to
their
get
spouse.
right back to this. We have two
Message from the
chats.
government of Canada.